Episode 5, The Cave of Melody. Hello, who is this? Oh, Rosemary, how are you doing in... Sorry, what were you saying? I still have Kaiser's journal. I thought I sent it to you, the recording. But I guess I didn't. The captain, he was supposedly killed by the storeworm, however there were documents that suggested he survived. I see. Well, send them over and I'll get the recording sent over straight away. Yes, it's a shame you're not here. That night was... Sorry, I'll speak to you tonight. Goodbye, my love. The Hysbysproject is a collection of my findings about the creatures who reside in the shadows. From the Telewith Teg hidden in the fog of Uwidva to the storeworm lurking in the murky depths of the North Sea. I don't know who will be listening to these, but if you are, remember words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality. Today is the 19th of March 1989. Rosemary O'Brien sent me new documents found within Fingal's cave in Scotland by a group of archeologists. They are written on identical paper to the journal entries by Matthias Kaiser. However, the handwriting is very different and ends with the initials MS. I don't know how, but I have found myself in a cave like none I have ever seen before. Hexagon basalt columns like a cave I had seen in a book, I believe. Maybe I'm in Wales. That must be it. I guess the captain's geography knowledge is more shocking than I realised. I believe he's speaking of the Giant's Causeway located in Northern Ireland. Anyway, there was a monster in those waters. It attacked me and my crew without a thought, a mindless creature of violence. I managed to escape. I tried to save my crew, but fear overwhelmed them. That's my own fault for giving those young souls a chance for a life at sea. I guess I was too good-hearted to realise. From what I can see, I am alone, with no way of escape, but I cannot lose hope. I've come to realise I am not alone here. There's something else, but it's quiet. I do not know of the tales that haunt these lands, but whatever beast lays in waiting here, I will not let it take me. I do not want to harm it, however. I will not die in this god-forsaken cave on these lands that are foreign to me. It has been a week since I found myself here. At least I think it's been a week. Whatever calls this place home has yet to show its face. If it has one, that is. I doubt I'll have to wait much longer, as my rations are slowly running out, and I will be an easy meal for the monster. Why did that serpent spare my life? What is so important about me compared to my men? Though they were cowards at heart, their soul was strong. Maybe that's why I believed they could survive this harsh life I lead. Still, I guess there's no point in questioning the motives of these beasts, as I do not think I will ever get an answer from them. I can't help but pray that my men somehow survived the attack, or at least their ends were kinder than the images my mind haunts me with. For they are the true heroes of this story, and I am merely the messenger for their loved ones, if I am able to escape, that is. I'm sorry, but are we truly meant to believe this sad excuse for a man? They are the true heroes. Bullshit. And if you didn't take a crew of unexperienced boys, or better yet, probably not starve them so they can manipulate them, so that they feed their own children to a fucking storeworm. After weeks of survival, today a rescue boat has arrived. I will hide my notes within the hexagon basalt that I have grown quite fond of, and maybe I will even miss them. I do not want this chapter of the story to overshadow the true tale of young and brave men who died tragically because of a vicious beast wanted a meal. I have made a promise, and as the shadowy creature as my witness, I will avenge those great men for their lives were taken from this world too soon. I believe we already know the rest of the tale, Mark Strahm. Mark Strahm lived the rest of his life in England and eventually became the grandfather of a young Faye Jones. I have come to realise the monster that must have been hiding in the cave was Benadonna, a giant that lives in Fingal's cave. Though a giant, I can't recall a tale where he was hostile without cause, so I doubt he would have been much of a threat, especially seeing as he hid himself while Strahm was there. One thing to note is a newspaper clipping I found from the 16th of July 1952 about the rescue of a German man from Fingal's cave. From what I remember of Kaiser's journal, the last entry was on the 13th of July of the same year, meaning Strahm was in the cave for several days, not several weeks as he stated. Though I'm sure he wanted to share the tale of the storeworm, there were very few people who knew how to speak German in 1950s Scotland. I guess that's it. One last detail. I'm yet to find a death certificate for a Captain Mark Strahm. Hello? Yes, that is me. What can I do you for, miss? I did send Dr. Bennett a letter about the tale she translated with the help of my father. I'm afraid she won't be able to speak with him. It's because he's been dead for several years, but she's more than welcome to speak with a dead man. I am not some child. I will like to discuss this matter with Dr. Bennett herself, and not her teenage secretary.